So history awaits one way or another. And he bends it! What a goal! He's done it again! Remember the name!
What a finish! Rimmer! Oh, what a free kick!
Wow. Oh my word!
This is just pure touch, instinct, confidence.
Western United have won the A-League Championship.
Hello, I'm Neve Owens and welcome to the Isuzu Ute A-League Highlights Show. We have plenty of action to go through from round two. Goals, pens, red cards and two teams with back-to-back wins to start the season. The opening game of the round is from Suncorp Stadium as Brisbane Roar welcome a Melbourne City side fresh from their victory over the defending champs Western United in round one. Calling the action is Simon Hill and Daniel McBreen.
Another corner for Melbourne City. Again, it's going to be Tarash Gamulka. Lecky's had a couple of headers from these situations. Towards that area again, and it is Lecky climbing. Who will it drop for? It's Naboots who thrashes it into the back of the net, and Melbourne City lead. It's just a second goal in 22 A-League games for Andrew Naboots. A timely reminder, perhaps to Graham Arnold, that he's still in the mix for the World Cup. And City hit the front. City continue, they don't care. Oh, now there is contact in the box, and referee Danaskos says penalty. Chapman on Barisha, and City have a spot kick. Well, Connor Chapman, who was at least partly at fault for the first goal, giving away a corner needlessly, has now coughed up a penalty, and it's the former Brisbane Roar favourite, not so these days as you can hear. Jamie McLaren, who steps up to the mark. In front of the den, and he wrong-foots Jordan Holmes to score his second of the season. City are two clear. And back at the ground, where he scored 20 goals previously, many of them in Roar colours. Brisbane's former employer is back to haunt them.
Harvey Norman replay there showed Connor Chapman. He just left the leg out. It was enough for Talbot just to run into, really, and go down.
Looking to angle it back to weak clearance, and they can't get it clear. It's McLaren on the turn. And it's over the top this time, but Brisbane look oh so nervous defensively. And that is half-time. City in cruise control, leading, as they do, by 2-0. Oh, now that's coming together of legs, and Tim Danaskos had to think about it. He was right on the spot. Just waited to see if any advantage accrued before blasting on the whistle. It's a red card. Wow, Tarash Gamulka. I have to say, at first glance, it looked high and rather reckless.
I'm not sure if that's a red in my eyes.
Well, Tilio's appearance all rather academic, because the final whistle blows, and it is back-to-back wins to start the season for the back-to-back premiers, Melbourne City. City played the last half an hour or so with just 10 men, but it didn't matter. They were too good on the night. Brisbane Roar 0, Melbourne City 2.
So that's 2 from 2 for City, whilst Brisbane are yet to find the back of the net this season. After last week's washout, Newcastle Jets get their campaign underway at home to Perth Glory. Your commentators are Robbie Thompson and Andy Harper.
Helped on by Fornaroli. Azubel. He's got Colley alongside him. Perth Glory have numbers forward here. Azubel trying it on the left foot and off the crossbar. And now Fornaroli. Deflected just wide, and that may have been a great save from Michael Weir. We'll have to see the replay, but Azubel, some quality in that left foot.
Great save or not, it was a great escape from Newcastle.
Jenkinson, that's nicely done. Here comes another overlapping run, which stops quickly. Now Elsie's header. It's a brilliant header from a lovely cross. And just before the hour mark, Jets have their goal, and it's Jordan Elsey celebrating his 150th A-League match with a rare goal.
Great switch of play from McGarry.
Who dinks the ball in towards Azubel. Ooh! Now, what's the referee going to make of that? That's a very, very dangerous challenge. Is that Jordan Elsey's already received 1 yellow card, so that's number 2. And he's off. And that was just reckless. Yes, he was going for the ball, but you can't go a foot that high.
But this is the thing. We can't quite split the hair with VAR yet. So this is a decision of millimetres.
Is this necessary? This theatre? He's going to end up off. Anyway,
it is, because this is now a date with the match review tape.
Absolutely.
Rather than 2 yellow cards in just 1 week.
3 goals in 27 appearances for Hearts over the last 2 years. The former Shamrock Rover, the former Derry City midfielder, now with Perth Glory, scores a confident penalty. And with just over 15 minutes left to play, it's game on here at McDonald Jones. McInnes towards the penalty spot. Leaping was Ivanovic. The Jets get it clear, and look at this. It's the speedster, Josh Sotirio. On the charge, he's got Becca Mikkeltadze coming forward as well. Still Sotirio. And now Mikkeltadze! Oh, he's done it! The quality of Becca Mikkeltadze. And the 10 men of Newcastle have pulled this one out of the fire.
Well, it's a wonderful moment of pure football from Becca Mikkeltadze, and massive relief for the Newcastle fans on the Harvey Norman replay. Off the bench, Sotirio has been good, and he burst with speed. Altay, I thought, maybe dropped anchor on the attack unnecessarily, but Josh Sotirio measured that beautifully. Davey Williams misread the defensive play that was required for Perth, and after defending nervously a corner, the Jets spring forward. Sotirio sets it up beautifully, and the pass to Becca Mikkeltadze was all that Georgia needed to then set himself up and find the back of the net. The Jets are home.
Sotirio launches it long, and it's the last kick of the match. Becca Mikkeltadze, the hero for the Jets. Josh Sotirio playing his part off the bench. And the 10 men of Arthur Pappas' side, with their backs against the wall, just when it looked like they had nothing more to give, they have sprung out from nowhere to win this one. It's finished here at McDonald Jones. Newcastle Jets 2, Perth Glory 1.
Saturday night's blockbuster comes from Amy Park, where Tony Popovic's Melbourne Victory host Marco Rudan's Western Sydney Wanderers. Your commentators for this one, Simon Hill and Daniel McBreen.
Little sidestep from Ben Falami. Trying to thread the needle. It breaks nicely here for Brimmer. And D'Agostino inside the box to try and return the favour. Brimmer couldn't finish. None he should have done. Goodness me, how did that not go in for Melbourne Victory?
Well, I think the whole stadium thought the ball was going in the back of the net. Tony Popovic can't believe it.
Heavy traffic through the centre of the pitch, and Murchula will carry it forward. The central defender for the Wanderers. Yengi left, Borrello right. 3 in the box, it's Murchula. And the rebound is in the back of the net from Tomislav Murchula. An unlikely source for Western Sydney, but they won't care. It was he who started that break with the driving run forward, and he finishes it. And the Wanderers' pressure has told. 1-0 for the visitors.
Well, you said it, Simon, the most unlikely of sources. Maybe from a corner, but not from a quick break. He keeps driving and driving, plays the ball wide, and then comes to support at the edge of the box. And as it comes to him, it's not a bad strike. He comes back, and he basically just reacts and gets the knees in the way. But that's all he needs to do.
Amalfitano. And that is half-time. Victory's first home game of the season started well for the home side. Nani struck the post when perhaps he should have scored, but it's Tomislav Merchula who's got the game's only goal in the first 45, and they lead at the break, probably deservedly, by 1-0. Brimmer can hit a mean free kick, and it is Jake Brimmer, just didn't have the required dip.
We know he can hit them from that range. It's a perfect scenario for him, just couldn't quite get the dip and curl on it this time.
Well, here's Economides, who'll play on the left. Nani has swapped over to the right. Noah Smith getting involved early, and it produces an opportunity. Well, what an introduction that would have been for Noah Smith, providing that opportunity for Jake Brimmer. And that's the sort of spark that coach was looking for. It's Brillante, the skipper, and again, it's just a fraction too high.
Just like Jake Brimmer free kick earlier, just not enough bend and dip on it.
Brillante, they've got to get the ball in the box. Rai Marchand does that, Thomas comes out, and that should be that. And that is confirmed. A punch in the air from Marco Rudan, who defeats probably one of his closest friends in football. It's a first win over Melbourne Victory at Amy Park in nigh on 10 years for Western Sydney Wanderers, and one that gives them a perfect start to the season. 2 wins from 2, as Marco Rudan puts one over his old mate Tony Popovic. Victory, who were below par tonight, stunned on their own patch. Melbourne Victory 0, Western Sydney Wanderers 1.
A huge win for the Wanderers, much to the delight of the red and black block, who sold out the visitors' bays at Amy Park to see their side's undefeated start to the season continue. Join us after the break as we wrap up the rest of the action from round 2. Welcome back to the Isuzu Ute A-League Highlights Show. Next up, the Central Coast Mariners make the trip across the ditch to get their campaign underway against Wellington Phoenix. Your callers are Jason Pine and Jacob Spoonley.
Did well to turn Brian Kaltak there. A really strong one-on-one defender.
Kraev slides it through. Here's Zavana. Mix up in the box, and Kelechi John brings it away. Well, almost a misunderstanding between Kelechi John and Danny Vukovic.
We've touched on Nisbet and Ballard and how they work for the Central Coast Mariners team. Really excited to see how Lewis and Ugarkovic go.
Oscar Zavana has evaded the offside flag. Real chance here for Wellington. And poked goalwards by Costa Barbarouses. Ben Wade, I think, was setting it up. Barbarouses arrived, and the toe poke was pushed behind. Let's chalk it up as a very good save.
This is a sensational save from Vukovic. Really needed to move across the field and bring his teammates into play.
Nisbet, he's been heavily involved in the last little while. One's off in Kalolo, now Cummings! Acrobatic! Fantastic!
So I believe the rule is, if you play at the ball, like Nkalolo is here, and it falls to a teammate in an offside position, then that is offside.
Offside. Well, he's allowed to sweep up. Little flick on. Now here's a chance for Ben Wayne. He's in on goal, and it finds the back of the net. Zavana's flick on to Ben Wayne. The flag is up on this near side. It will not count.
And for the second time today, we're going to have a goal chalked off.
Another ball into the path of Wayne. What about now? It's a lovely finish. The flag has stayed down. The Wayne train arrives at the platform again. Ben Wayne denied moments ago by the assistant referee's flag. Not this time. Choo-choo, they say in the crowd. The Wayne train's got another one. Here's Ballard for the Mariners. Finds Silvera. Has he got room for a shot? Silvera! What a finish from Samuel Silvera! And as quick as a flash, the Mariners are level. Unerring into the bottom corner from the 21-year-old, his third A-League men's goal. And Central Coast bite back immediately. Chance for the Mariners. Iongo this time has dropped deep and brings it forward. looking for Jason Cummings. Cummings is one-on-one. He lobs the keeper, and in she goes from Jason Cummings. Denied in the first half with an acrobatic effort. This time, just lovely. The judgment on the lob from Jason Cummings, and the Mariners, who were 1-0 down not that long ago, are 2-1 in front. Corner delivered for Wellington. Too close to Vukovic, but it's gone in. Confusion at the front post. And I think we chalked that one up, perhaps either to Josh Laws or Nico Pennington. Danny Vukovic can't believe it. It's gone through his hands, and the Phoenix are level.
I think Nick Montgomery will be the happier of the two managers if it stays this way.
And it will stay this way. A topsy-turvy battle on Sunday afternoon in New Zealand's capital. The Wellington Phoenix went ahead through Ben Waine. The Mariners struck back twice through Silvera and Cummings, but right at the end, the corner from Nicholas Pennington skimming off the head of Paul Ayongo and through the hands of Danny Vukovic. The Wellington Phoenix 2, the Central Coast Mariners 2.
A super entertaining game right there, and a goal for Jason Cummins as he fights for a place in the Socceroos World Cup squad. Let's head to Campbelltown Stadium now for Dwight Yorke's first home game of the season as MacArthur FC take on Adelaide United. Calling the action is Robbie Thompson and Andy Harper.
Davila again, twisting and turning.
Oh, and that's going to be the end of the afternoon for Uli Davila. You can see as he goes searching for the exact point where he's strained or perhaps just torn a little bit his hamstring. Terribly frustrating moment. George Blackwood, who scored 5 last season for Adelaide, really should have given them the lead here. Now Arzani, promising position, and that's how it's done. MacArthur getting one of their star men on the ball, and he made no mistake. It's a clinical finish. And he comes across. With the message there.
And I've got to pay massive credit, not just to Daniel De Silva, who was struggling in the recovery run, but Isaias was bumped off the ball. De Silva launches Lockie Rose, and Lockie Rose didn't muck around. I've got space outside, a very talented player. His name's Daniel Arzani, who lances the available space beautifully. It's a great finish from the World Cup hopeful Daniel Arzani.
To Goodwin. His cross is a good one, Ibasuki. Well, is that a free kick against Hiroshi Ibasuki?
Yeah, for climbing on Aspo Potomidis. He was pretty adamant the ref got it right.
Isaias. Oh, as here goes Arzani. Arzani down to the byline, cuts it for Lockie Rose. And that's 2. And Daniel Arzani has scored one and made one. And against the run of play in this second half, MacArthur have doubled their lead.
And truth be told, Arzani had a lot more to do with the second goal than Lockie did for the first, but nevertheless, on the near post, Lockie Rose arrives to finish off the great lead-up work from Daniel Arzani.
Arzani goes straight for goal off the crossbar. Well, it's the Daniel Arzani show with an hour gone in Campbelltown.
Well, was with that wry smile, Joe Gauchi actually applauding the Arzani effort, or what beaten pointers was Gauchi? Where'd that come from?
Crossbar and post. Kitto can't dig the cross out enough, and it's Craig Noon who heads away. Kitto back in again. Oh, and Kasumovic. What an opportunity. Well, they will look back at this match and wonder how they have not scored. It's all over. It's a first A-League men's victory for Dwight Yorke and his coaching staff. Rose and Arzani the scorers. MacArthur 2, Adelaide United 0.
Arzani and Rose combine for Dwight Yorke's first league win as manager. The final game of the round is at Amy Park. Western United and Sydney FC go head-to-head, with both sides chasing their first points of the season. Glenn Lauder and Grace Gill are your commentators.
Anthony Caceres has stayed down. I think it was Lockie Wales that got him. Two former Central Coast Mariners teammates. Here's Ryan Grant. Adam Lafondra off the bar. Jamie Young, did he get a glove on it? I think he might have. But Adam Lafondra has gone so close to opening the account for Sydney FC. Anthony Caceres is still down in back play. Well, Kenny will start again. Time and space on the edge of the area for Risdon, who'll shoot. Redmayne fumbles, it bounces in front of him, and it nestles inside the back post. Josh Risdon has the opening goal for Western United, and the champions are on their way. They lead 1-0, and Andrew Redmayne may not want to see the replay of that one. That's a good release, though. Puts Lafondra one-on-one with Young. Lacroix comes across. Does he collect the ball? No, he doesn't, says Ali Reza Fagani, the veteran Englishman. Young saves. It's not a great penalty from Lafondra. He saves with his legs. Scrambled out for a corner. And the Western United fans erupt behind the goal. Jamie Young has done it again. He's fast running out of space. Gertz, head up. Lands at the feet of Lockie Wales, who has space to run. Wenzel Halls makes a good little run as well, and then can't control the shot, and it just scuffed off his boot. And that's a good switch for Lolly. Fortuitous though. Garuccio slips over. Lolly will look to cut back onto his left foot. It's another penalty, and this time it's Nikolai Topor-Stanley. Here's Adam Lafondra from 12 yards. This time he puts some venom behind it. Jamie Young goes the wrong way. Even if he went the right way, there might have been too much on that. Again involved. Bratton has some space here. Switches things up for Robert Mack. Not overly good looking, but effective. Mack will strike. Young is unmoved, and it nestles into the bottom corner. That is something out of nothing from the Slovakian. It is a wonderful strike. Yazbek, edge of the area. Lolly. Will he cut in this time? He does on the left foot. Joe Lolly! Well, he's got a sweet, sweet left foot, is Joe Lolly. And it puts Sydney FC 3-1 up. He wasn't needed at Nottingham Forest in their promotion to the Premier League. It's a shrewd signing by Steve Corica, and Joe Lolly's left boot puts Sydney FC up 3-1. Doumbia flicks on to Bodic. Now back to Doumbia. Has an opportunity here. He was trying desperately to stay on his feet. He got the shot away, scrambled away, but it's a wonderful save by Andrew Redmayne. Close range, down to his right, one-handed.
Well, Bodic has done really well here to bring that one down.
Reza Fagani has seen enough. It ends at Amy Park with successive defeats to start the campaign for the champions Western United, and Sydney FC back in the winner's circle. It's finished at full time. Western United 1, Sydney FC 3.
Here's a quick look at the league table. City start 2-0 for the first time since the 2017-18 season, and the Wanderers match them after that upset win over Victory. At the other end of the table, it's last season's champs at the foot. Western United and Perth will head into round 3 chasing their first points of the new season. So that's it from round 2. See you next week for some more football.